Hello everyone, Manithroll here, and welcome to the weekly update video along with majority of this week, patch notes. So the RuneScores, HiScores have had a change. But it says a RuneScore is a player's total RuneScape gained by completing achievements. A minimum of 500 points is required to appear on the HiScores. So, kind of a new category. This category I find is kind of better, because not everybody is going to complete all the quests. Not everybody's going to get all the songs. Not everybody's going to make everything. Not everybody's going to do all the achievements. This is the best way to show it that as a whole, grand whole, of what player has achieved the most. Because anybody can go ahead and get max level. It has become abundantly easier as time has gone on, so now we have this. But patch notes, we'll talk about that shortly. For Twitch Prime, remember until the 19th of September, if you subscribe with Twitch Prime, you can get 1 month free membership. All the Umbral cosmetics, the weaponry, the armor, the pet, 2 Umbral chests for non-Iron Man only, and 15 treasure hunter keys for non-Iron Man. Oh, excuse me. And then 200 rune coins. There is new Angelscapes items available in the merch store. Lootscape. You'll be able to get an elite skilling outfit piece yet if you possibly the dungeoneering one. If you already own it, it'll be switched for a random drop or GP bag or bonus item. Iron Man will get the deep sea fishing emote. And for live streams this week, we got Tuesday, September 11th at 1600 UTC, Mining and Smithing Showcase. Friday, September 14th, 1500 UTC, RuneScore, HiScore, and patch note teasers. And Sunday, September 16th at 1800 UTC is PVM with Mod Lee. Now, I will have to say that the Tuesday stream with the mining and smithing, the way... this is what it says about it. It says, waiting for the mining and smithing rework? Well, grab a pickaxe. Mod Jack, Mod Tomb, and Mod Stu have been forging ahead and are now ready to show you some pure gold stuff. So that says to me that they're getting really close to being able to release this. It's not quite ready, but really, really close. So do look forward to that coming at least somewhat soon for you guys. Alright, now we're going to check out the patch notes. This is what the most of this video is going to be. Okay, so we do have a good sized chunk here, so please bear with me. There's probably going to be a little here and there. Okay, first up is the player on farm. This always happens right after release. There's certain things that, gotta change. This is, the servants have come back from their brief holiday, although they're not too happy about the farm that just moved in. If you get a black dragon egg unchecked from the Queen Black Dragon, it will now appear in its correct form. Beehives now have a right-click option to display what flowers they have stored inside. Attribute boosting honey at the player-owned farm is now produced at a faster rate. The floor from the upstairs of Servants Guild has been reinstalled. Luckily, the builders ignored the Ardone health and safety rules. Players can now walk away from beehives to stop collecting special honey. Any new rabbits you breed will now be bankable and tradable. There were some very strange cases where if you kept your original tutorial rabbits in the breeding pen, then a majority of the other bred rabbits would class as tutorial ones and therefore not bankable and tradable. So that is now fixed. The squash option on the Grand Tree seed pods once again works as expected. Noted flowers can be used on beehives to create special honey. Fixed a number of spelling errors with various farm-related entries. Players can now purchase an upgrade that allows animals to breed inside small, medium, and large pens. That's interesting, but good. Rabbits killed in the Elflands will now only drop common brown rabbits rather than the chance at relican ones. Players picking from the grapevines will once again be given a variety of god grapes rather than just grapes of Zamorak. The hotfix, Milton the Miller, has now returned to his mill. Gloomshroom Zygomites can now be successfully sold to Zoe, the contract buyer. Various types of animal waste dropping manure can now be seen on your minimap as red dots. So that's actually pretty good. Beehives will now only take the amount of flowers desired. Players can now click away from the beehive while storing flowers. The Ardougne task achievement Green Fingers can now consistently be completed. Hopping worlds on the farm will no longer make your animals appear to be invisible for various lengths of time. Trading any farm animal between players will now select the correct animal rather than whatever of that type appeared earlier in the inventory. Adding pathing to the northwest and slightly to the southwest for the world map purposes. The correct contract sellers for your animals should now appear on your farm. You can no longer get Grage and Champas from Grenwall hunting. Elite Dungeon, the spacing has been fixed on the title, the Elite title. Minor fix to the Dragonkin research book. Kararu Pet now correctly shows kill count on Examine. Temple of Amishi and Minishi NPCs are no longer generated as potential Slayer contract targets from Sujobo when the player has chosen to only get contracts for targets on Uncharted Isles. Other Silverhawk boots are no longer destroyed as part of a Nimble outfit set. Player-owned port special voyages now display the correct scroll graphic icon for the scrolls the player has focused on. The dismiss button on cats will now show the correct icon. Players will now be notified if they have remaining lamps in Broken Home temporal chests. Challenge Maria. The achievement now correctly requires all 3 challenges to be completed in addition to collecting all the lamps. The Jungle Strike Worm information on the Slayer Creatures Kill tab will no longer be out of alphabetical order. Achievements for the Thieving Guild mini-quests will now correctly unlock for each mini-quest. Gathixian cache memories will now display the correct walk animation when held, no longer being affected by override animations. Players will no longer be able to attempt to trade 0 stealing creation points for 0 bonus XP points. Fix an issue with the messages when locating the Hellfire Bow if it's situated in the center of the wilderness. Exiting the secret tunnel in Erheim's Crypt via the rope will now return you to the correct variant of Erheim's Crypt if you have completed the Kindred Spirits quest. You are now able to use a hatchet in your tool belt to make a bow as Brand's instructions during Scratch's rescue in the Recipe of Disaster quest. A new category for skill training has been added to the activity section on the world map with an icon for non-elite skills. The Agility, Combat, and Hunter training icons have been moved into this category and relabeled for consistency. The Construction Tutor icon at the Lumbridge Crater Beach has been replaced with a Construction Training icon. A Combat Training icon has been added to the Lumbridge Combat Academy. The Divination Tutor icon on the islands that once were turtles has been replaced with a Divination Shop icon. Bandu's boots will now give a broadcast message, as the other items do. Equipping Sirius with a Dragon Medium Helm will no longer show him as wearing a Dragon Full Helm in the Dream Mentor quest. The Ring of Death now correctly activates when at 15% charge. An oddity causing several items to interact awkwardly with the Magic Notepaper has been resolved, making Magic Notepaper function as expected with more items. Players with 6 months Summer Special Membership Package can now open the player-owned farm bonus chest at the Grand Exchange after completing the farm tutorial. Fix the typo in a feedback message when attempting to eat Great Gunkin at full health. Fix the typo in Mountain Camp emote clue in relation to Jokul's tent. Remove the Force Walk tile in the Wilderness Dungeon. Remove the Force Walk tile next to the Grand Tree. Players will no longer disconnect when trying to disassemble dock spare parts while wearing the Invention Master Cape. Players that have virtual level 120 will now correctly show as having everything unlocked in the skill guide. Fixed an issue with their ectoplasmitter is not recognizing ashes from the Necrio or the death spawns they create. Gu Ronan's life points will now display as 10,000 rather than 1,000. Their hit points continue to scale off your combat level, though this only updates when you attack them. Wow, there's a lot of spelling errors. The salty title requirements listed in the achievement interface now correctly include activating all the Ark's turtle portals. An out-of-place grass tile within the Warriors Guild has been correctly replaced with the appropriate floor tile. The storage options for the tool Leprechaun have been slightly tweaked, making item retrieval default from storage to unnoted when or with a right-click option to retrieve noted items where applicable. Ninja fixes. Removed confusing fade out on individual audio settings when global mute is active. Better describe the effect of the ancestor spirits in the aura interface. After completing the observatory quest, players have access to a quicker way to get back into the observatory. Going forward, Orlando Smith's hat is now tracked by the clue scroll log with an accompanying quick chat message. Favorited D&Ds and minigames on the in-game clock reset cooldown are now colored red or green depending on their ready status. Columbrian keys can now be used continuously in one action, so as long as the player has space in their inventory for further rewards, and can also be used for faster succession. Graphically improved the Earth Altar. The tool Leprechaun has at the Lumberchops patch now appears in free-to-play worlds. Players no longer need additional space when transmuting driftwood into sliced mushrooms. Jade Vine Seed is now retrievable from Horatio with right-click option. Added clue scrolls and treasure trails as bank preset names options. Added Solok kill counts for the Blightbound Lasher and Perdita Pet Examines. Converted the Constitution XP reward from Missing Mummy quest into XP Lamp. Moved the shrubbery near the Oogaloo Lodestone one tile south. Polished the audio setting interface. Changed the XP rewards from Morning's End Part 1 until Reward XP Lamps. Gemstone Mine has had graphical improvements. Added a few more names to the bottom of the presets list for you. The stat buffs received from God Emissary banners will now consistently remain boosted. Added new daily challenges for fishing and cooking involving green blubber jellyfish, blue blubber jellyfish, and sailfish. Listed each Impling's level requirement on the Menaphos Impling Collector's toggle interface. Added a warn option to the Wicked Hood that allows the players to quick teleport to the last location if they use the hood to reach. Sliding puzzle boxes can no longer consume multiple puzzle skipping tickets when the puzzle has been completed. And special delivery is now correctly unlocked when you bought all of the required learnings. That was quite a bit of patch notes, but thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, later guys.